Tim Priester and Tim O'Malley from Notre Dame Stadium, the 92nd annual Blue Gold game. It's typical of us to ask each other, what we want to see. You put out a story this morning, Tim, as to what you wanted to see. Mine's a little bit more simplistic. Let's start with what you want to see covered today.
Well, I think if you're at a spring game and it's not going to get overly physical, you want to see some of the perimeter. And Notre Dame's questions are on the perimeter. And I want to see Deion Colzie and Jaden Thomas, because they're going to play a lot more, I would think, than Lorenzo Styles and Braden Lenzy. And you want to see them go against the guys like Jaden Mickey, who we think started this spring, at least everything we hear and all ancillary things we've seen, to go against Brian Barnes, Phillip Riley, Chance Tucker, because you assume Bracey's going to come out. So that's what, for me, the spring game is to see if they have depth at those positions for this season. Now, later on in the game, you're looking for depth for future seasons, but I think the perimeter is what you want to watch in these games. It's not going to get too brutal up front, you wouldn't think. And that said, little Audric Estime running through the line, some Jadarian Price in space. That's also something that I think fans can watch and take something from.
I think Jadarian Price has picked a click, and I think I don't remember which it was, blue or gold, to pick them. Believe that as well, because they jumped up and got him ahead of a couple other running backs. But for me, we've seen a lot of these, Tim, and first and foremost, I know everybody understands this and believes this and wants the same thing, but come out of this healthy. I mean, that's the bottom line. That's way more important than the completion percentage of the quarterbacks. It's a little, it was supposed to be quite breezy today, and it really isn't very windy. And I was,
they should be fine.
Yeah, I was concerned that, maybe some of the passes would be affected. I think this is a great opportunity, obviously, for Drew Pine to throw the ball around the yard, but I think it is for Steve Angeli too. He's probably going to get more reps, more pass attempts than they would have had Tyler Buckner played. And I think he'll show himself pretty well. If the receivers get open, I think Angeli will hit the open receivers. But as you say, you just want to see plays,
Right.
I mean, you want to see a receiver make a play. We said this in the podcast the other day. If Deion Colzie catches a 38-yard touchdown pass, that's a lasting impression that you want to take with you into the summer. But make plays. Tariq Bracey, make plays. I think it'd be really cool to see Brandon Joseph show on Blue Gold game day what he apparently has shown in practice, and that's the ability to take the football away. What else, Tim, do you want to cover here?
Yeah, and you want to see someone like Ramon Henderson, who we project to start, look like a guy that has taken huge steps from, remember, he had 91 snaps in the Fiesta Bowl. I mean, I don't know if he officially started that game the first snap, but he dwarfed what the other guys played. You want to see if it's Henderson and Joseph with really good backups. At linebacker, we're not going to see a lot of Kaiser because you don't need to. So how do they handle Rover? Is Botello a guy that, other than pass rushing off the edge in certain packages, does he look like he is kind of getting it now? Of course, everybody wants to see the freshman linebackers. People want to see Snead in space. When we saw Snead, very brief, but he was having trouble shedding blocks. So maybe we can see some of that from the freshman. And then Josh Burnham is intriguing because he's kind of moved positions to Viper, but that's been all spring, I guess.
Yeah, and I think I think Burnham off the edge is an ability that he has shown. He showed it in high school. I didn't think they'd move him to Viper
right away.
but I mean, that's not an illogical fit because he's got a good frame. But I want to be open-minded about this because we see some of the other practices, and we realize that the other 14 are almost as important as
they are.
this.
There's probably one or two that were more.
Certainly. The scrimmage and the all-day practice or the full practice that we saw was enlightening as well. But stay healthy, make some plays. I think Jadarian Price is going to have a big game. It's worth noting, and we said this, that the offensive line will mix and match. The offensive line will be wearing green jerseys today, and so when I did the strength versus strength by position, blue team versus gold team, you have to call the offensive line a wash because I think both sides will have an equal opportunity to use the top offensive lineman. So it'll be interesting today. It's a beautiful day here in South Bend, and looking forward to the 92nd annual Blue Gold.